Gabriel doing a unofficial pals question. Pretty official though, I feel like. Thanks for submitting the questions. They were all very nice. I didn't get my feelings hurt on any of them, which was nice of you guys. Yeah, I expected way worse. I expected to have a bad 2 days reading those. There was no he looks like a dead baby in a river, which was nice. Alright, first question is Monkey McPott. I think I know who that is. Tell us about the slam. Well, the slam, I had done my ender because the deadline was supposed to be a year ago, and it was when I already had a bunch of footage left over from when I rode for Birdhouse, and when I got to America, I wanted to film like a few X, and Jamie hit me up to get on Zero and have a part, which I was hyped on. And then I did my ender, but then the deadline got pushed back because I think, Dane was hurt for a lot of it because his knee. And then, it just got pushed back. So I had more time. So I tried to do this. I did this board slide that took me a long time. I broke my collarbone on it. It was a big ordeal. It was like a 40-hour work week, as per usual with my type of skateboarding. So I did the board slide, and then it was like after I went on Am Scramble and everything, and I'd been home actually. I went home for summer. I knew I could do this gap grind in Encinitas. It's like a famous double set that Jamie actually tried to ollie, and he tore his ACL and fucked himself. I think that was his first knee injury actually. So he knew all about it, and I went and checked it out with Dane because he said that it was doable. Because I wanted to do the one at Jaquan, the double set there, the one that CJ ollied, and I wanted to gap grind that because I thought that was doable for some stupid reason. Went there recently, it's definitely not. Well, probably Milton or someone could do it. But anyway, went there a bunch of times. I went there probably 15 times, just sussing it out. I think I even measured it like a nerd, just to ollie that distance because I didn't know if I was going to make it, and I was just literally preparing for it. I would go to Poods Park and I would go as fast as humanly possible and grind the 6 rail there, which has nothing to do with any sort of gap to grind, but I just for some reason just thought it would help me anyway. Finally the day came. It was like a big anxiety attack. For some reason I woke up that day and I was just like, I might not remember this. This might not go well, because I never really jumped it down anything that big before. I don't know, I have no business with my body type to be jumping down anything bigger than a 15 really, and my age. But I mean, jumping down, straight down rail is different, but jumping that distance, I don't know if I didn't think my heels or my feet or my knees could take 18 or 19, I think it is. But it's also a double set, so you have to go as fast as humanly possible. Anyway, went there on the day. I forced myself to be psyched. Ended up getting psyched because James Brockman was there and John Alley. Jamie was filming it. Burnett was there. Mike Sinclair was there. It was like a little bit of a surreal moment as a skate nerd that I am. Just looking at it going, oh shit. Childhood heroes are here. Burnett's shooting it. Yeah, better do it. And I jumped down it, ollied, and my board came with me, and I kicked out right when I was about to put it in 50-50. Didn't get hurt at all. Was actually mellow. I just remember being the most hyped I've ever been in my life because I just jumped down an 18-19 stead double set, and I didn't have bruised heels, and I was like, yes, I'm not that old. Yes, I can do this. And I was so hyped. And then the thing was with it though, I didn't ever feel like I was going fast enough. I always felt like I was really I was pushing about 10 times, as hard as humanly possible, the fastest I've ever been. And I tried it 3 more times, I think, and I'd do the same thing. I would just like ollie, didn't think I was going to clear it and just kick it out. But I knew that I could do it because I was at least clearing it, and I didn't even have the best takeoffs. Like I was like pushing in like little being up to it and stuff, like kind of like fucking up, even pushing up to it, but still trying it sometimes. And then I was there for like 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours, just fucking rolling up to it so many times. And I had this thing where I do a stupid flat ground trick every single time. Like I go back just to like, if I do a good one, I get really hyped and go for it. And then finally, and the day just changed. It was like a really, really nice day, because it was in like winter still maybe. And the day changed and it started to get windy. And I didn't really realize it. Still same thing, thought I could do it. Probably should have just called it, because I didn't try it for so long, because every single time I would get the right speed, the wind would slow me down, so I wouldn't be going the right speed and I wasn't comfortable, so I just stopped trying it. So I was wasting all these tray flips that I don't do very well ever, but I was doing them and then thinking I could do it and then getting caught by the wind. And eventually I just got tired of like waiting, so I just went for it, and then I popped, did not. I mean, I probably would have been fine, but me just second guessing it, I bailed before I even popped. Like I was so committed to it that half my body wanted to go for it, the other half didn't pop my board. So I like, instead of popping and kicking my board down, I kind of just didn't do anything with it, but just jumped, and my board went in front of me. Because my board went in front of me, I knew that it was in front of me and I wanted to get it away. So I tried to kick it away, and I forgot that I was jumping down an 18th stair, which was pretty silly. So I got the board away from me, but then, next minute I was knocked the fuck out, because I didn't brace myself properly for the rolling out of it, or like taking the impact right. I basically felt like a fucking, someone that's never skated before. Like, after many, many years of skating, you always learn how to roll out of things or like take things a certain way. And that, because I was thinking about two things at once, and maybe I was exhausted as well. I think that might have been a thing too. I was pushing up to it for 3 hours. I just like kind of glitched and just fucked up. And I got brain bleeding, and it was pretty not actually that scary considering how scary it actually was when I look back on it. It was actually quite relaxing, which is quite scary. It wasn't really like, I remembered everything kind of. It felt like it got dark when it was still the middle of the day. I didn't know who anybody was for a second, but then it kind of came back to me. But I was like really relaxed the whole time. Like I knew that it was really bad, but I was kind of relaxed, and it still kind of scares me to this day that you can be that fucked up and that, I don't know, have that bad of a thing, and like a slam or whatever. Like it's easily the worst thing that my body's ever been through, and I was so relaxed. It's kind of scary that your body goes into that sort of a mode, which kind of scares me. But yeah, it ended up all right. I haven't had any like violent rage fits or anything from CTI, which is good. And it didn't even take me out for that long. It only took me out for like 3 weeks or something like that, 3 to 4 weeks. And then I went to Barcelona, and it just sucked skating for a little bit because I was just really scared and didn't really want to hit my head again, which has happened. It's happened since, but if I had concussion, I'd probably go get it checked out, but I haven't had concussion, touch wood, since. So, it's just... it was just a bad slam, just terrible. And it's just, everybody's really supportive and like sent me really nice messages and everything, but it got a bit outrageous. Like, it'd be like 2 months down the road, and someone like in the morning when I'm about to go skating would like DM me and just remind me of the slam, like I'm about to go skating. And it's not their fault, but they would just go like, just look after yourself, which is like, it's not like anything against them, but I'd just be like, oh, fucking hell. Or you'd have like a magazine or something like that from Australia or something like that just hit you up and go, hey, do you want to dig into your archives and get some photos from the day so we can put it? It's like, no, I don't want to think about it. I'm about to go skate. I'm in Barcelona. I'm about to go skate. I'm like not trying to look at that. I'm not even trying to think about that. I'm trying to get it out of my head, because as soon as you think about that, it's like your day's done. Like, so you just got to think about that. So, especially with like rail skating and like the dumb things that I do, kind of is all about confidence. If you don't have the confidence, and I'm pretty superstitious too, so if something throws me off, like, it just sucks. I'm basically a bitch. But anyway, all right, next question. So anyway, yeah, all good. Fuck, that's one question. God damn it. Did Jake Hayes take your spot on Death Wish? No, not really like that at all. I was getting Baker boards. He was getting he was getting Baker boards as well. He went on a trip. He killed it, like absolutely smashed it, and they said that he was too old. I kind of caught wind of that. I kind of already knew that anyway. I was like fucking 24 or 25 or something like that. And no matter how much you're killing it with that camp, I don't think they want you unless you're under 20 when you're just getting put on, which makes sense. I mean, longevity, whatever. I mean, it sucks, but it's like, whatever. As an Australian skateboarder, you have to climb 2 ladders, and I didn't even really take skateboarding seriously until I was like 23 or 23, something like that. So, you know, whatever. And he didn't really take my spot. Ellington offered me, after that Thrasher part came out, Ellington, and he knew that I was going to stop getting Baker boards because they said I was too old already, so I was like kind of like ready to do something else because I didn't really want to just be like kind of, you know, doing that. So Ellington tried to get me Death Wish boards, but Jake just got on, and I didn't really want to like be in his shadow, or like I don't know. And we skate completely differently, and it's probably a silly thing to think about when you look back on it, but it's like he was already friends with everybody. I didn't really like hang out with anybody on Death Wish that much, besides for some of them. Like, it was just like, you know, Jake's fucking cool, look at him now, he's fucking sick. Yeah, so no, he didn't really take my spot. It was kind of more like, I mean, I had an opportunity to get Death Wish boards after that part came out, but I decided not to, and I decided to get Birdhouse boards. Yeah. Why does Chima hate you? Chima does not hate me. He loves me. We are great friends. He just was talking shit on the bunt because he's an arsehole. No, he's not an arsehole. He's just Chima. It's just what he's like. He's the best, so I love him. Was there a bump in that crazy long Tasmanian ollie? Funny you mention that. I just went there the other day and looked at it. I mean, it's a bit of a raised concrete, but I wouldn't say it's like a good bump or anything that really takes you anywhere. If anything's going to fuck you up, and it did fuck me up because that took so fucking long. It took hours, like fucking hours, to like, I was clearing every single time. I just couldn't keep the board with me. But everything takes long for me, so whatever. The next question is, I'm an idiot. You nose go on the rally rail first try. Yes, I did, but I fucking, yeah, that was one time. And you kind of have to do that first try, I feel like. Yeah, I did. I had a perfect day that day. Drove from here, like Oceanside with Lanny and stuff, for 2 hours or whatever. Went to a skate park, Santa Ana, nose grinded the 11 stair rail. I think it was 25 times in a row, or 20, something like that, whatever. Did that 20 times in a row because I was like having nightmares about, I don't know, I just was so anal about that just because I really wanted to do it, and I knew that there was such a big first go list on that. Like, I knew Figgy did it first go. I remember asking Figgy about it, and him just like, better do it first try. And I just remember just obsessing over it, and just only, I think for like a month up to it, I'm pretty sure I only did nose grinds for like a long time. That's all I did. Yeah, and I was just like, there was just no way I wasn't doing it at that point. Like, so yeah, anyway, I did 20 nose grinds down. It's quite a big park rail, actually, for a park rail. And I did 20 nose grinds down the rail, got back in the car, drove to Walnut or whatever it is, and yeah, we got kicked out. We were getting kicked out. Manus Apps was firecrackering it. It was fucking pretty insane session. Evan Smith was there. Fucking heaps of people were there. I think there was like $500 or $400 on first try. I think like Lanny put $100 on it. Matters and fucking Evan or whatever. And I remember and this is another thing, I didn't want to do it. I was over it. I was not feeling it. just was so scared because the rail was just terrifying. I'm pretty sure I just like grinded one because I just like grinded a 50-50, landed it. Because I'd grinded it before. Like I went there another time, was thinking about nose grinding it, and I tried one 50-50, got bodied, like stomped it, but just, it was so like, the impact was, I've never skated a rail that big ever. And yeah, just got smoked, and then I did it eventually, so I ended up manning up and grinding it, and I ended up grinding it like 10 times in a row. Like, just, I was like tricking, like just, keeping my mind off it by keeping on grinding it. And one of the attempts, it was getting dark. I remember, like, it was like probably only like 5 minutes of like light. You can see in the footage. And I just tricked myself. I ollied and just went, nah, I'm just gonna just chuck this one in nose grind. And then all of a sudden I was rolling away. I didn't black out. I remember it all. I remember it being really fucking scary. And I just remember like rolling away. That's why in the footage you can see my face just looks like I'd seen a ghost or something. And then it's so funny. I wanted to do the rally line so bad at the end. And my friend Lawton, I wanted to do it. Like I wasn't like trying to, like, I just wanted to do it because that's just the first thing that came to my head as a fucking skate nerd that I am. I was just like, I want to do the rally line. I tried to tray flip. The board just went like over there. It was like, I'm not even good at tray flips, but like, it went so far. I just remember my legs just fucking just chucked it over there. It was so funny. And Lawton tried to grab me, and I remember pushing, like he grabbed me like celebrating, and I was so set on doing this rally line that I pushed him off, and he's still bummed on me this day about that. And like, what the fuck was I, even if I did land a tray flip, I can't fucking nollie flip. I'm dreaming. But anyway, pretty funny. Did Josh Paul rig the AA car giveaway? Don't know. I can ask him. I'm in a group text with him. I'll ask him. It doesn't sound like something Josh would do. Maybe though. Did you rig the AA car giveaway? I don't think he would have, but maybe. He's in Japan right now, so he might not get this for ages, but we'll get back to you on that. Tell us a story about the first time you met Dane Berman. It's not that interesting. I mean, it's kind of funny. He was just, I just changed my board. It was like when we were young and he was on a trip to Tasmania. I wasn't like sponsored or anything like that. I was probably like 17 or something like that. And I just bought a board and I was changing it over and I had a spare one. And I remember like, the water fountains. He just got my old board. It was still pretty good. Could have like skated it, and he just started like hitting it against the water fountain until there was a hole in it. And I was like, this guy is a fucking asshole. And then later that night, he was like, became more and more funny, and he was like, I think he like threw like a donut at me or something like that, and I think I threw it back at his face, and yeah. And then he thought that I drew some pictures about everybody on the trip, which I did not, and he still brings it up and thinks that I did it to this day. He's tripping. How did Dustin Dollar first hook you up? Well, that was actually his business partner, Ben Michelle, that started hooking me up. He started hooking me up like this other company, I can't remember what it was, and then they stopped going through PD, like, which is Dustin Dolan's distribution company, and I think like Dustin has to give the all clear for whoever gets on, and then they stopped going through it because he didn't give a fuck about the company. I think it was like LE or something like that. Yeah, it was. Yeah, and Stress was Amanda. And yeah, Dustin was just like, oh, we're stuck with him now. But like he was ready to get rid of me. Like he didn't even give a shit because Dustin's Dustin. Like he doesn't give a shit. And then I sent him footage and he was like liked it. And then he flew me up to Sydney because I was living in Melbourne, and it was like a trial weekend. It was really weird, but it was cool because I already knew Snape. I was already good friends with Snape and Nathan Jackson, so it wasn't like that weird. But it's like one of those like weird things where you're like hanging out with like your favorite skateboarder from a kid, and you can't really act yourself, and you're just a weird like awkward dude. And you're like 22, 20. You know what I mean? Doesn't look good, Anyway. Next question. This is from Ed Boy. Hardest part about filming for a Zero video? I mean, I think it's hard when you get in your own head, which I did a little bit in this video. Like, I mean, the way the way it started was all natural and like not forced, and I really wanted to do it, but I think it got a little bit hard after I hit my head, and like I broke my collarbone as well. I think like just coming back from injuries and like, because I love this shit. I love jumping down stuff. Like I love torturing myself. Like it's my favorite thing to do, as you can probably tell. So it's not, I want to do it, but it's also like, as you know, you don't want to like, you want to do it at the right time and stuff like that. So I think that was the hardest thing. And then also too, stressing out on like time and stuff like that. I didn't want to like it's been weird. Like the deadline for this video is like, it hasn't really felt like a deadline for me because because of certain things, just because, you know, I've been living here and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it's just being away from like Australia and like not having nice things, you know, not having like a house, not having to live in, like, I fucking appreciate the shit out of it from everybody, but like having to live in an office is not that glamorous. Like I got it all sorted in there, but it's like not the best when you're like stressed out, and like I just a bunch of other shit happened this year that hasn't been like that great of a year, you know. Just that, I think this year's just been kind of shitty. But, you know, on to the next, like, you live and you learn, like, you know, when things are happening back home and you can't really do anything about it, you're like on the other side of the world, and you don't want to let this opportunity go by because it's your childhood dream, but it's like just bothers you, you know, mentally. But it's, you know, whatever. Any Zero dudes you're stoked on? All of them. They're all my friends, and I hang out with them every single day, and they're all really good at skateboarding. Jamie knows how to pick them. It's pretty straightforward. Like, everybody has their little ins and outs. Scariest chick you ever filmed? Fuck. I'd say the nose grind. That's probably the scariest trick that I've landed. Yeah, because everything takes a long time. I think that was the scariest because it was like do or die kind of. Oh, actually, no, this front board on this glass rail in China, I remember being really scared about that because I didn't know what was going to happen. But yeah. Favorite country to skate in besides US or Australia? Probably, go-to is China, just because I know a bunch of people there and it's always good spots. But the one place that I've been to that is really fucking cool and people don't go there, and I don't know why, and the spots are amazing, the food's amazing, people are amazing, and it's a really nice place, is Kazakhstan. Really underrated. People should go there more. There's so many untouched stuff. And yeah, food's amazing. Would you rather have toes for fingers? Toes for fingers, 100%. Or fingers for toes? Yeah, toes for fingers. Because then you wouldn't be able to walk if you had fingers for toes. Your balance would be all fucked up. I'm not trying to do that. OS89 said, wanted to say you always seem like the most Shalom dude on Zero, and this cements it. Thank you. I like to consider myself. Has the chief ever told you to do something again even though you were fine with the footage? Nah, he, like, the shit that he brings up in footage is, like, pretty relevant. And, I mean, it sucks to have to go back and do something, but if someone is, he's making you look cool by editing, like, you gotta do what he says. He's fucking the editor, like, otherwise it's not gonna get used and you're not gonna look as cool as what he's gonna make you look. So it's pretty, I have had to, and I haven't really been like that bummed about it. It's like, you have to do it. This is our job, you know. And I'm sure he is maybe more chill now, but is his rep for being a hard ass? It's not accurate. I think he's definitely mellowed out in his. It's like, I don't even think it was even ever that bad. I think it was just like he dealt with some lazy people who are really talented, because most of the time the most talented people are lazy. It's just how it is. Don't you reckon? I feel like that's just how it is. Like, it's not a diss to anybody that's really talented, but it's just, if everything's easy, it's just not, you don't really want to do it. So I think he just like tries to bring the best out of people. I'm sure there's probably other people who probably call me out on that for saying that, but whatever. That's how I see it, because like, I'm more hard on myself than he could ever be hard on me, if that makes any sense. Like, did you ask the chief for permission to rip? No, I don't think that's true either. I asked him about that the other day. I don't think that rumor is true, that got said. I like to think it is, though. It's pretty funny. Would you be stoked to see Chris Cole back on Zero? Yeah, he's a nice guy. I like skating with him. Skate with him a lot because he's good friends with Dane, and I guess he's good friends with all of us. He's a nice guy. Really, still really good, too. Do Forrest Edwards or John Ali have tricks in the video? Yes, they both have tricks, or trick and tricks in the video. Favorite Zero video and favorite Zero video part. Favorite video is Dying to Live. Favorite video part, though, is definitely James Brockman in Strange World. I still watch that religiously a lot. Like, it's really good. It's a really good part. Yeah, his Cold War one's good, but nothing compares to the Strange World one. Is so sick. He has no lines. He's just, you can tell he's just kind of piling out in that part, but just still doing gnarly shit. I just love it. The song and just how he, just, I don't know, he's just fucking cool. Just even the opening scene. Oh, and he's repping the receding hairline. It's so sick. Just doesn't give a fuck. Like, just like his hair's just like diminishing as the part goes on. It's fucking sick. I love it. If you had a chance to put yourself in any era of Jamie Thomas's career, which era would you choose? This is also from Francis Xavier. I think I would go maybe Welcome to Hell. I would say, yeah, Welcome to Hell looked fun. Hey, Jamie.
Yeah.
What era, someone asked me, what era, if I was to put myself in any era...
What's era mean?
Era.
Okay, era. I know what that means.
Yeah. Era of Jamie Thomas's career, which would you choose? I'm saying Welcome to Hell. Was that your favourite? Or Misled Youth? Or Thrill of It All?
Those are all pretty, that's only a couple years, so yeah, that's a good era. That's
yeah, I would say... I mean, Dying to Live is really cool, but I feel like that was like hammer time. It looked like, you know.
It was back before I cooked it.
What do you mean? Dream sponsor when you were younger versus dream sponsor now. When I was younger, I didn't really have that many dreams to be on like any big companies, if that makes any sense. Wasn't really like, I mean, yeah, like a dream to me would have been being on like, I remember I sent my sponsor me tape to like Black Box Australia. You know what I mean? And like, yeah, like something like that. Like that would be a dream to me. It wasn't ever like a big time sponsor. Dream sponsor now, I would say something that isn't skate related because I'm fine with all my sponsors. So I don't know, maybe like a car company or like
Target.
Target. Oh, Lazy Acres, 100%. I spend so much fucking money there. Or like Whole Foods or something like that. Like, if I didn't have to spend money on that, I would be so much richer. Dave Fuck. Oh, you won. You're a winner. Last thing you ate. A Pokeball from Lazy Acres and it cost so much money. God damn it. Favorite skaters right now. It is Figgy. Simon Bannerot. He's really fucking good and really cool. Pedro Delfino. He's really cool. Reggie. Yeah, you go. You'll see why. He's fucking cool. I mean, there's so many. I could go on for fucking days. Guess question from Chris Weimer. If you could swap places with one person on any team, who would it be and why?
Swap places with any person?
Yeah. So like, say like, I know. I got someone. No. Yeah, you go. Surely someone that can skate training and has really good sponsors.
Probably said Don Van Religion.
Oh, yeah, that's a fucking good one.
I don't know what team though.
I mean, Grant Taylor would be pretty good too. Yeah. Grant Taylor would be dead. That Oski, yeah, that would be fun. Oh, that would be so fun. I'd kill to be able to do that. Best thing about being from Australia, free healthcare, duh. Nah, that's such a cliche answer. No, we know how to give and take shit, and I don't know. It's a really beautiful place, and free healthcare, guys. Twist with capital T. As a man, how do you explain this to people that you're on the cusp of being a pro skater? Is skateboarding your only source of income? Do you just tell people you're just pro just to avoid explaining nuisances? The lines these days are so blurred anyway. Does being pro still mean anything? So yeah, that's actually a really funny. It's a funny question. I kind of think about that sometimes. No, I do not say I'm a pro skater, but yes, I've definitely had very many conversations with people trying to explain like what I am, because it's definitely kind of like it's like well. Yeah, it's really annoying. I should just bite the bullet and lie to these people, but I do not do that. But yeah, it's mainly to like customs officers or like people from other countries when you're visiting, and just like I think the language barrier kind of gets lost in translation, and it's always really confusing on both parts. But you know, whatever. And yes, it definitely still means something these days, especially when you're in a company that you love. Is skateboarding your only source of income? Yes, it is at the moment. I am very lucky to be on such great companies like Ruka and Adidas Australia, and Zero, and Spitfire, and Thunder, and all these other things. Shout out to all you guys. Sunday Hardware. Thanks, George. Yeah. So yeah, it is my only source of income right now. Living the dream, some would say. Adam Abbas. This question's good. You've made no effort to hide your balding. Yep, nope. Which I think is commendable. Some pros try to actively hide any photo or video of their balding heads, but I just got a Tinder match. But it could be said that the only charismatic men, such as Donnie Bennett or John Murray, who are these people? Am I supposed to know who those people are? Fuck, am I like uncultured? God damn it. Freely show their balding pates. Have you ever felt pressure to hide it because it might not make you as appealing to kids? No, I don't really care. It is what it is. We're all gonna die eventually anyway. And it doesn't really matter how much hair I have on my head. It's a genetics thing. I didn't really pick this. It's not like it's the beginning of a video game where I pick a character. I didn't pick the balding guy. It's just what happened. So no, don't really care. Haven't really felt pressure to hide it either. I mean, yeah, people tell me to shave it all the time, but I've done that and I don't really like it. I prefer having somewhat of like a James Brockman style haircut in Strange World Days. I mean, when I was a kid, like I said, like Brockman's part was one of my favorite parts because of that. Like, I'm sure there's some people that are into it, maybe, I don't know. Can you do a fakey worm? No, I cannot, but my friend Brunsey can. During the many years you've been... Oh, this is a depressing question. During the many years you've been absolutely killing it, thank you. Oh no, killing yourself. Oh, I mean, kinda, thank you. And going through the sponsorship changes, did you ever deeply reflect on the trajectory of your life and think this isn't worth it and I should stop? What made you stick with it for all this time? Well, and he also says, thanks, Gabriel, you're one of the best to do it these days. Well, yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. Yes, many a times I've reflected on that and thought, what am I doing? But my mum once told me, if you're not enjoying it, don't do it. If you are enjoying it, do it. And I enjoy it, so I'm doing it. What's your favorite graphic? I always really like just OG logo boards just because it reminds me of a kid. Like, I always love like the bold Zero. I'm not just saying that just because I'm on Zero now either. I actually do really love that graphic. I really like the Zero Blinds one, and I really like the OG Baker boards and stuff like that, just because it just reminds me of, and like the old flip boards and stuff like that. I don't know, I really just like the logo boards. I don't know. But I definitely like a lot of Horton's boards. Horton's like art, and Foz's stuff is really sick as well. Old Toy Machine boards have always been cool to me. Oh no, yeah, next question. Anyway, this is Tuna. Biggest regret, no regrets, it's already done, fuck it, whatever. But you say that, but I'm probably just making myself feel better by saying that. But yeah, no regrets. You're a chef. Yes, but that's a very loose, that's a loose term for it. Yes, I went to culinary school, but I also did my apprenticeship, so I learned time management, and I learned like the very bare minimum. I'm not like Jamie Oliver or like anything like, I'm not anything like that. I know how to I would know how to go into a kitchen and do the menu after they taught me for a week, and I'd be able to do it in the time that you have to do. So I didn't really learn like all the different stuff that you would learn, I think, here, because I think it's a little bit different here. Anyway, so yeah, I could adapt to it for sure. I think it wouldn't take me that long to get back into it too, because I did have a really big, like, I had a passion for it for sure. Like, I enjoyed the stress of it. Scariest thing you've done recently, skating or otherwise? Going to the doctor's always pretty scary. I did that recently. Oh, flew to Texas to do this kink trail. It sucked. It didn't suck, but it was just like scary and stressful, and I'd already tried it before, and I had that like looming, like I just thought maybe I'm shitter now. Maybe 8 months down the track I can't do what I could do, you know what I mean? It worked out, so it's all good. Thoughts on Thrasher being the only major skate magazine left in print? Does it leave a void? Do we need other magazines to represent our voices in skating? I love Thrasher with all my heart. They've done a lot for me, and I really appreciate Burnout and everybody that works for them, Bubblets, all the staff photographers, everything. I think they're great. They're always going to be my favorite, whether there is another one there. But anyway, like, I don't even see it as being the only one, because we have like Skateboarders Journal, Slam, fucking Oath, all those ones in Australia, and I still like to contribute to. No, they're not international, but in my eyes, whatever. I mean, I guess it would be nice. I would love if Transword still existed. Like, you know, it was my first magazine that I saw and everything, so it sucks that that's gone. But yeah, first cover, it's like a fucking, how many pages do you reckon that is? Yeah, it's a fucking dictionary. I remember I had enough to like cover all my school textbooks and read it for like a month. Jeez. And yes, we definitely need Thrasher, 100%. That's, yeah, without a doubt we need Thrasher. It's great. Like, I still feel like a kid every single week. We just got the new mag today, and I felt like a kid going through it. It's fucking cool. There's the Mumford front feeble, I think, on that 13. Okay, next question. Smells Dead said, "Sup, dude?" Question mark. Sup, man. Favorite Mumford part? It's a toss-up between Dying to Live and Opinion, but I'm going to have to say Opinion because I had that video and it was one of the, like, I don't know, I just love that I love this Iggy Pop, and I love that he only had one flip trick and it was a sketchy flip trick. It's sketchy switch flip. Switch flip down the double set in Sydney, Martin Place. Why do pickles suck? I don't know, they don't. I love pickles. Ask Dane that. Smartest and least intelligent Zero Rider. Jeez. Is Weimer still here? I mean, everybody's like smart and not smart in their own different ways. It's hard to really call people out on that. I mean, I mean, to me personally, Weimer can definitely be irritating, but I love him. And same with Reggie, but like same thing. But it's just that, you know, different people, like, you know, different people have different smarts. It's just yeah. I'm not like, it's not a diss. Smartest. I think Jamie, like, fuck, he did all this shit, obviously. Yeah, we're all fucking skateboarders. Come on, we play with a wooden toy. Who cares? Last good film you watched? I watched this one with Tom Cruise the other day, and I don't like Tom Cruise, but it was about him. I can't remember what it was called, but it was about him becoming like a drug smuggler for the CIA, but he didn't really work for the CIA. It was really good. Can't remember what it was. I don't like Tom Cruise, but this movie was good. It was just like, it was good. Weird shit some girl asked you to do in bed. When I lost my virginity when I was 16, some girl tried to stick her finger up my butt. That was pretty weird and pretty like confronting at that age. I definitely was not down. Where did you get that t-shirt, Playboy? Online. Oh, alright, this is from The Unknown Soldier. In his 9 Club, Jamie discusses putting money on the line for certain tricks, some tricks being worth $1,000. What would you only try for $1,000? What would you absolutely not try for $1,000? Well, there was $1,000 on the Gap to Grind, and I tried it, and I would absolutely not try it again. So, Straight. This is from Straight. What else do in the van? I mean, fuck, we can all be pretty shitty sometimes. Like, being in the van is sometimes hard. You're stressed out on getting tricked, you're drunk, you're going through other shit. We can all be pretty shitty sometimes. It changes. Fuck, I've been the worst dude in the van before, many times. It just happens sometimes. Life is meant to be emotional. What's it like not having a say about your song / edit and damn it all? I mean, I think I have too much of a say, which is kind of hard, but no, we definitely all have the say in it. Is skating bigger shit easier in Australia because gravity is reversed? No. This one is from Something Bruh Must Break Now. He said, did you at one point ride for Globe shoes? No, I definitely did not. I think back in the day, my friend used to get Globes and he used to hook me up. And back then, I would have definitely rode for Globes because I loved them when I was a kid. Yeah, I used to skate. Well, there was two eras of me skating Globes. When I was probably like 14, 15, and I skated in the Chet 3s or Chet 4s. They lasted so long. My parent, because shoes are expensive in Australia. I think they were like $350. And I got them on special for $300 or something. My dad was hyped, and they used to just last for like 8 months. They were just... I've seen them recently, and I've just been shocked. But yeah, when my friend used to get them, it was like when the Appleyard first got on, and it was his shoe. I used to skate in those a lot, and they were like a size too big. This one is from Slippy. Besides aches and pains, how has your skating changed from when you were in your early 20s? To be honest, I was thinking about this today. I honestly, touch wood, even though I did hurt myself a little bit today, I honestly feel better than when I was in my 20s, like early 20s. I didn't skate as much as I do now. I feel like the more you skate, the more you're not sore. Yeah, like since I've been filming for this part and just been skating, not working or anything like that, I feel like I can skate if I try something for hours and it's like my legs are like sausages, I can usually skate like 2 days after. Like before, back when I was like filming with Jeff a lot for like Seki Fresh and all those videos, I would try tricks and have like a week off, like sometimes even a week and a half, like easily. Nowadays that's not even a thing. So I don't know, not really much has changed. I guess my ankle's a little bit sore every now and again, but like whose isn't in their, mid to late 20s? Would you rather sit on a back feeble or a front 50? Well, for one, it's not a back feeble, it's a feeble. You've never said back feeble, only till now that everybody can do front feebles just as easy as back feebles. And for some reason, I always slip and sack on back feebles. So if I get in, I'm good, but I don't usually get in. So yeah, front 50s for sure. Do you feel you've done your biggest rail? Who's to know? Which Aussie skater puts back the most cold ones? I think one that everybody would know would probably be Sammy Winter. He loves it. He gives it a solid crack most nights. Not in a bad way, just in a Queensland sort of way. Everybody from Australia will get that. As you get older, do you think you're going to make the jump to training skater? Fuck, I'd like to. I just never learned how to bail. I feel like I'm going to break my legs every single time I skate, like something bigger than 5 foot. I don't know. I learned as a kid to like fall forward and like take it from like rolling. You can't really do that on a tranny. You have to go to your butt. I'm not good at going to my butt. So if I can learn to fall and I get more comfortable, yeah, fuck yeah, sign me up. I'm down. Looks so fun. Looks so cool. Dogs on the session off lead. If they're good dogs, I'm sure it's fine. Got any tricks you've never figured out? Yes, I got a lot. There's two that's always bothered me, and I've put a lot of time into both of them and still never really done them well, is front crookses and switchback tails. They've both been my dream trick, and I've never been able to do either of them. I've been able to do front crookses, but I've never been able to like do them consistently. Like, I'll practice them. I'll do them for an hour, and I'll finally get them and think that I've got them, and then I'll try them the next day, and it'll just be back to square one. Switchback tails, I've done them on ledges. No. That's a complete lie. I've done them on curbs, and I've slid them on ledges, and I've celebrated before even landing them because I was so hyped, but I've never actually landed them. So yeah, there's those two that have always bothered me. What's your first impression about the US when you first came over? I thought it was a lot like Grand Theft Auto when I first came over, because I was supposed to get picked up by my friend, but he was sick, so I had to take a train straight into downtown LA, or a bus straight into downtown LA, and it was pretty confronting. I was like, this place, and I stayed at that sketchy hotel, the one that's really haunted. I stayed there, and it was just, I kind of loved it though. I kind of thought it was sick.
Did you hear anything?
Oh yeah, it was the worst night's sleep ever. It was sketchy, and this was before the chick got found in the water in the drinking. It was before that, but I think a lot of people had already died there. But yeah, it was sketchy, and I didn't find out. Me and my friend, Jack Crook, who's also a very amazing skateboarder, we were on a homies trip or whatever, and then we had to stay at somewhere, and I booked a hotel just off online, just search cheap hotel, and they changed the name. We got there and we're just like, oh shit, this is the fucking place. And we're just like, yeah, can we cancel our booking? And the chick, no shit, was just like, yeah, you probably should. And let us, it was really weird. It was the weirdest, anyway, I kind of went off topic there. But yeah, anyway, I had a pretty confronting first impression. It was pretty gnarly, but I kind of loved it. So yeah, it was cool. It was just a lot like Grand Theft Auto, or any sort of heavy sort of movie, just because I was riding a Skid Row and shit. It was gnarly. How long did it take you to film your New Zero part? There's 2 tricks that are getting used from when I was getting birdhouse boards, and then the rest was filmed in a year and a half. But I was hurt a little bit of the time. So I'd say it's hard to say. Just a long time. Next one is Dirty Burger. He wants to know, in your Thrash of My War segment, you definitely dented the shit out of that car at the bottom. Was there any repercussions from that? No, because that car is still there to this day with a dent in it. I'm pretty sure it's abandoned. No, there wasn't any repercussions. I didn't really care either, because it was a piece of shit. If I had that car, I probably wouldn't have cared either. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's still there. My friends, a lot of my friends, because it's right in the city, that rail, and it's where people drink and hang out and stuff. My friend used to live across the road from it after I did it, and my friends still send me photos of the dent in the car, just as a joke, because it was just really funny. Yeah, I don't know. No, there wasn't any repercussions from it. If it was a nice car or something like that, I definitely would have done something about it, but it was just an old bomb of a car. It wasn't really a big deal. I just kind of figured that whatever, Skateboarding is going to be in the 2020 Olympics. What other extreme activity would you choose to be in there as well if you had to? I want to see a rollerblading come back. Let's put that in there. That'd be funny. Wasted Hippie said, have you ever done any tricks down the pit at Martin Place? No. I tried to finger flip it once as a joke, but the first day I ever went to Sydney and the first day I ever went to the pit, I tried to ollie and I went way too fast, and there was a puddle that I didn't see, and I slipped out and hit my shin on the sharp thing and fucked my shin up. So I've been scared of it ever since. Can't skate it. I've seen some gnarly shit go down on it. I've seen Chima switch big flipped it when I was there. I'm pretty sure he fakey big heeled it as well. I could be tripping, but I'm pretty sure he did that. It's a long time ago. They don't really skate that anymore for some reason. Oh, my friend Zul's, George Kazoulis, who films for Passport and does Sunday and stuff, he nearly cab flipped it when I was there once. He didn't really land it, but he nearly did it. He's still got to go back and do that. Do you remember the first time you met Jamie Thomas? What was it like? I met him at Dane's old house in Long Beach when I was getting birdhouse boards, and I think they watched my part right before I walked in, and he said some nice things about it, which was really surreal, and he was really nice, and he's always been really nice. Double Steve Burger wants to know, if given permission by the chief, would you rather poop out a softball or pee out a marble? How big is a regulation size softball? Is it that big? So what, like a fucking big orange or something like that? What? Fuck, I was gonna say the softball, but now I'm reconsidering. I've had a catheter before and I've had kidney stones. So I've had things come out my urethra, and it is not fucking nice. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. But I didn't know that a softball was that big, so I'm fucking... What do you guys reckon?
I'd probably go Piat Marble.
Oh, dude.
I am Marble.
Marbles are pretty big too, though. Dude, I don't know. I don't even think that's humanly possible for either of these things, but I'm just gonna go...
It's a bad day to work.
I'm probably gonna go to softball. Oh, I've just been there with the marble, like, at least I've experienced something new, I guess. I don't know. I'm torn on that. I'm definitely torn with something's tearing. What a find said. Ever find anything cool to spot? Yeah, me and my friends found a bottle of whiskey once. And it was a Sunday, and we drank it, and my friend drank a lot more than I did, and he nollie back on 80 a really, really oversized 12 stair, and he doesn't remember doing it. And his name's Digby Luxon. It's somewhere, but he did it, and he still doesn't really remember doing it, and he just kept on repeating himself. It was really funny. And yeah, that's probably the cool... It was pretty funny at the time. I don't think I would drink random whiskey now, but... Soccer Mum asked, hey, nerdy question here, what's your setup, deck wheel, and truck size? Yeah, it's a shape, not red top. But it is pointy and flat and kind of big but small. It's like a big small board. Yeah, it's a B. It is a B16. Yeah, it's a B16. Yeah, it's a B16. Wheels, I skate 53 conical Spitfires, the 99s. Full, yeah, the fat ones. Skate the fat ones. Trucks, I skate 149s, the really light ones, because I'm still getting used to skating bigger trucks. I skated the 147s for fucking years. Only just stepped up like this last year or something like that. So it's still kind of new to me. Do you break a shit ton of boards? Who breaks the most, Tommy, Dan, you? Well, I do break boards, but it's mainly from focusing them sometimes. I don't do it as much anymore because I try to give them to kids. But what usually happens is I go through them by chipping them and just normal wear, and it usually only lasts me like a spot. And I really enjoy focusing boards. So if it's too shitty to give to a kid, I'll just break it because it's fun. Tommy doesn't really go through boards. He skates like a really small board and he like lands everything. Yeah, no. He skates 8-1, but he doesn't go through boards because he just kind of gets the job. He just gets the job done. He's just a professional. He knows what he's doing. Dane still claims that he doesn't break boards, but I've seen him break boards. He's probably going to hate me for even saying that, but there's footage of him breaking boards. But still thinks he doesn't break boards. Only ask because sometimes it feels nice to crunch through a board. Yes, it does. I agree, Soccer Mum. But sometimes it gets to be a pain in the ass when you don't have time to do that Nora V, your grip jobs, all fancy. Yeah, I agree. Whenever I try to do something remotely fancy on my grip, I break my board like within the first hour, so I just don't even bother anymore. Next guy is George Costanza. Nice name. Is it true your name is Gabriel? No. So my name has always been spelled with a B, but my parents used to pronounce it with a V. I think it's from another, I don't know, they got it from another country, I can't remember where, and so they used to call me Gabriel or Gav for short, but then it got taken into school and people started calling me Gavin, and I wasn't really that psyched. Well, I didn't really care at the time, but as I got older, I kind of started to like the name, so whatever. So yeah, that's the reason why. So yeah, it's always been Gabriel. It's always been spelled like that. Who is the best ever skater from Tasmania? Tom Cuthbertson, for sure. He's amazing. He skates awesome. Have you ever tried boarding cream that Dane Berman was trying on out on Instagram? No, embrace it. I don't really care, and apparently that makes you not get boners, and I'm not trying to do that. Clammy ass. Favorite video growing up and other videos. What other videos did you watch as a kid? Favorite video growing up? Well, the first video I ever watched was Baker 2G, and it was before I ever skated, and my friend's brother showed it to me, and I thought that was really cool at the time. And then I started skating, and my friend that was way older than me gave me two VHS tapes, and it had Flip Sorry, Baker 2G, Yeah Right, and then Feedback. I can't remember the other two. Oh, Zero, like Dying to Live, and something else. And yeah, so I just grew up on those, and it was cool as shit ever.
Is that recorded like all in one tape?
Yeah, I rinsed them. So yeah, like 2 tapes. I think it was 3 per tape. Favorite Aussie video ever? I'm gonna have to say Ruthless. This video called Ruthless. I mean, all the Jeff stuff's really cool as well, but I like what Passport do as well, and their new video is really cool. It's really good. But yeah, I'd say like all-time favorite is probably like Ruthless or something like that, because it had like Shane Cross in it and like everybody. Chima's part's real good. Dustin has a part. Just Chill's really good too. I don't know if anybody would have seen that one. Let's Live's really good. And there's a bunch of good ones. Okay, favorite skater from each state and territory. I'm going to start off with Northern Territory. I don't know any skateboarder from Northern Territory. I don't think there probably is, but I don't know of any. WA, probably Brass. He's from Perth. Adelaide, I'm going to go with Kale. Melbourne. Fuck, Melbourne's hard. I'm going to say Lewis Marnell. RIP. Because he was so razor. Everything he did was so good. Tasmania, Tom Cuthbertson. Oh no, actually, there's like Sean Holland. He was a legend. He did some good shit. He now runs Skateboarders channel. He's cool. He's really good. Queensland and New South Wales. New South Wales, Chima, or Dustin, one of those two. And Queensland, Shane Cross, for sure. He was always one of my favourites. Oh, I missed out on Canberra. Floyd Scott. He's sick. He's my homie. Best and worst thing about Tasmania. Best thing, it's beautiful. My parents live there and friends live there. Worst thing is it's kind of far away from everything, and I can't just live there and still somewhat live my life, you know what I mean? I'd have to like settle down to move back there, which kind of sucks because it's a very beautiful place. Who would you bring back from Zero's Past Riders for a bonus part in Damn It All? Frankie Villani, because he would be able to do a part in a day. You know, time's pretty important right now. We've only got 20 more hours until it's done, so let's bring back Frankie, and he's fucking cool. Favorite song used in a part in Zero? I'm gonna say Jefferson's Aeroplane, White Rabbit, just because I thought it was really cool, because it was like kind of like a slow. Yeah, I really like that song, and I really like John Alley's part, Slayer. Yeah, I thought that was really cool too. I mean, there's been so many. I think Zero videos have always had really good music. I'm not just saying that. It's just music that I'm into. Bagel Skate asked me, do you get the fucks if it gets hectic when cooking at work? No, I love it. I love the stress. That's what drew me towards it when I first started it. I thought it was cool. What influenced you to be a chef? I don't know. I just enjoy cooking. And I didn't really pay enough attention at school, and it was like a point in my life where I wanted to get something under my belt before being a bum. Not being a bum, but just skating and living my life for a few years. But fuck, it kind of dragged on for a little bit longer for me. But yeah, one day I've got it to fall back on if I ever need it, so that's cool. I want to open a dinner spot with me. Yeah, now we're talking. What are we talking here? Get back to me. Okay, the next one is Cuban Link. Okay, being from Australia, have you ever fucked with box wine? Oh ho ho! Yes I have. The old goon sack. Yeah, I have. It's like an age thing. I think you do it from when you're we start drinking a lot earlier, so it's legal at 18.
Yeah, over here is like 20.
Yeah. See, so like as soon as you get a job, you stop drinking box wine, basically. Like that's not something you choose to drink. It's like you're poor and you spend like I think it was like $4. $4 for like 4 liters of wine. Yeah, you put like some passion fruit drink in it, and like you're good to go. Like you're good to go for a weekend. Like you're good. When did you pick up the nickname Gabbers, and have you ever been mixed up with it? Oh, that's a bit mean. Screwdriver rapist from the barracks. I didn't pick it up. My friend Dix, who has the nickname Dix, made it up for me. When I started skating with him, it just stuck forever. It's been a while. I think since I was like 14, 15. And no, I've never been mistaken for Chase Gabor. What are some of the best, worst things going on in skateboarding right now? The best is that like OG companies that I look up, like love and still love to this day, are making videos. Like Toy Machine and Baker and all that stuff. I think it's cool. And I think it's also cool that there's new stuff as well and new different types of skating. I like it all. Like, as long as people are trying, I'm down. Like, for anything. As long as you're trying and you've put heart into it and you can see it, I'm psyched. I mean, the worst thing is maybe like bratty kids that at skate parks, that kind of bums me out sometimes because I look at it like, if I saw these kids at a skate park when I was first starting skating, I probably wouldn't start skating. That's probably the only thing in it. But it's just like anything though. I'm sure it was probably like that when I was a kid. I just didn't notice it. Maybe I was that bratty kid, who knows. But yeah, that's probably about it. I'm not going to say any type of skating or anything like that because it generally doesn't really bum me out as long as someone's trying. DC Otti or Ducati or something. Favorite Lil Wayne song? Oh fuck, I haven't listened to Lil Wayne in a long ass time. Since I was like 18 or 19. I know he did this one where he like it's with Eminem, and I liked Eminem. I really like that song. I can't remember what it was called though. Melbourne or Sydney? That's a hard one. I think if all my Sydney friends lived in Melbourne, I'd probably like that more, just because Melbourne's way easier to live there, and I still have good friends in Melbourne as well. But I think if all my Sydney friends lived in Melbourne, that would be perfect. But yeah, it just depends how much money I had and the situation. But I like them both. I've lived both of those places for times, like for long amounts of times, and it's great. Who was the most draining person in Melbourne? This guy named Albert's pretty draining when he comes up and annoys you sometimes, but he's still like a good dude, but whatever. Probably not gonna like me now, but who's the most sore person? Paul Batley, for sure, 100%. My oldest friend, or one of my oldest friends from Melbourne, and he's a scientist, so he's pretty damn Zor. Zor is Razor, by the way, like, sure. Yeah. As you are a chef, can your nickname be changed to the chef to rival the chief? I'm pretty sure his nickname is the chef as well. I think he's already trademarked that. He gets called the chef, right? Yeah, it happens. So no, I can't do that, sorry. Where do you see Zero a year from now, this time next year, in 2020? Booming, selling a shitload of boards, I don't know. Still doing our thing. I hope, yeah, for sure. We're not going anywhere. Haven't gone anywhere yet. Zero's always going to be cool to a bunch of people, and that is the main thing. Because we have heart. That's why. In such a saturated board company market, how awesome does it feel to have a milestone part coming out in a full-length skate video for a company as legendary as Zero? It feels absolutely fucking unreal. If someone was to tell me when I was a kid that I was staring down the barrel of having a part in a Zero video, I would tell them that you are absolutely dreaming and there's no way that's happening. I don't know, I was actually talking to Danler the other day, Daniel Lutheran, on Instagram, and we were actually tripping out about it because Toy Machine video is coming out and he's having a full-length part in that. I think he already had one in Brainwash, but we're just talking about how cool it is that like the companies that we look up to as kids we are now a part of it. Like, it's pretty fucking unreal. Like, almost brings tears to my eyes even talking about it. Is Damn Dog going to be out on DVD? Yes, it will be. It will be a limited run of DVDs, but it will end up online like everything else this day and age. As my favorite dude out there right now of my all-time favorite company, when can I get a Zero board with your name on it? That is something that you'll have to ask Jamie Thomas. I don't know. It's not my decision. I'm happy with whatever I'm doing at the moment. I don't really care. RCB3 said, "Hey Gabriel, how has it been filming with Vinny?" I skated with him. He could have. He just left. I can talk shit on him. I skated with him for several years back in the day, and it's always fun to see how much he rips at skating himself. I hope he's been able to get some tricks while out on certain missions with the Zero Squad. Yes, he is really fucking good at skating. He's really fun to film with. He's just an all-around good friend. We're at a point now where I can talk shit to him and tell him how I feel about things, and he talks shit to me, and it's not like we have blowouts or anything. We've got a very good relationship, and yes, he fucking rips, and he will have tricks in the video. Did you not see his photo in Thrasher yet? It's fucking cool. Bogues or Cascade? Bogues, 100%. Cascade's trash. The best places in Tassie to skate? Penguin Skate Park, duh. Nah, I don't know. It used to be Hillcrest when I was just trying to skate handrails all the time. There was just a bunch of handrails there. If you see the school, you know why my skating is how it is. Thoughts on Aussie skaters losing their accents when living in the US for too long? I don't think that really happens too much. It's still always there, no matter how hard you... And if you're trying that hard, it's like pretty funny. But yeah, some people have called me out for like me losing my accent for being over here too long sometimes, but I don't see it. I still think I'm fucking... Everybody still calls me out for not saying things right, but I think that's just me not saying things right too, maybe some of the time. Ever cop any inbred jokes for being from Tassie? Are people even aware of it in Tassie? Well, funny story, I'm not actually... I was born in Tassie, but my parents aren't from Tassie, so I don't really have any relatives in Tassie, so it never really bothered me. But yeah, there's definitely it definitely happens down there, I'm pretty sure, but it happens anywhere. Did you have to wax up the bumper on the tram 5.0? No, you don't have time. In the 5.0 on the tram in Sekipresh, no, you don't have time. You just have to go for it. But they grind really well. Best trick done on Flinders Street Rail? Fuck, that's a hard one. I definitely have personal favourites. I always like Dustin's kickflip front blunt down the middle one. I thought that was really cool. I was there when Dane kickflip front lipped it, and he did that ridiculously well. And I remember being there and witnessing that firsthand and thinking that was pretty impressive. That's just because I was there and I saw it. Jamie Foy did about 50 tricks when I was there on it, all for second or first try.
Was anybody there when Bash did that?
No, that was before my time. But yeah, that's pretty fucked up too that he did that. Oh, I always really liked Ardo's switchback lip. Just because the switchback lip is so mind-blowing to me. No one was doing it back then, and switchback lips are fucking hard. Next question's pretty confronting. Blue diet, whatever. Are you aware you're going to be surprised with your pro board at the Zero premiere? Sorry if I ruined it. I don't think that's happening, whatever.
My man Gabbers. So when Gabbers My War came out, I was seriously found my new hero. I went onto his Instagram and I said, if things ever go sideways, you can ride for Zero. 3 to 6 months later, I got a message through the grapevine. The Gabbers wanted boards, and I couldn't have been happier. Gabbers, what do we have for you, my man? Away from the screen. We still got to have a video premiere. So this is it. My good friend and this dude who gives his heart and his soul to skateboarding is pro tonight. In a few minutes, you will see why he's pro. And we thank you all for coming out and being here to support Zero, to support all these guys on stage, and just to support skateboarding. I love you.
Yeah, sick. All right, thanks. Sorry, I seem to be cooked. I'm a little bit tired. Thanks for submitting the questions. I enjoyed doing that. Yeah, keep talking shit. I mean, I enjoy it. Nice. And I always read it. Sucker for slap. But yeah, thanks guys.
All right.